Hello, hi my yogis, and welcome to today's class. We will do a sequence, standing poses sequence that mostly open our hamstrings, and it's very grounding and it's good for opening your hips and leg muscles. We will start, before we start, so I have today one block and a strap. So if you don't have a strap, you might not use it, so we'll see how it goes. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt. A block will be optional as well, so if you're used to standard poses, then you might not need it at all. We will start in laying on our back with our knees bent. So feet are flat on the ground, knees are bent, we are laying on our back. So feet are wide as a mat, knees together. Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to come to present moment. Focus on your breath, on the length of your breath, depth of your breath, feel your belly rising and dropping as you exhale. Slowly opening your eyes, moving your hands by your sides, lifting your knees into your chest. Hug your knees and move them from side to side, massaging your lower back. We'll start with the spinal twist. So release your hands again by your sides, palms are facing down. Keeping your knees close to your chest, move them to your right on the floor and look over to your left. Feeling nice stretch over your side body. Try to keep your left shoulder on the ground if possible. To press into your forearms, bringing your knees into the chest again. And releasing the knees to your left, keeping them close as much as you can to protect your lower back, and look over to your right. And coming to center, release your feet flat on the ground again. Release your hands by your sides. Now lift your left foot and place your ankle over your right thigh. Place your left hand on your left knee and slowly push that knee away to feel a bit of a hip opening there. Keep your left foot flexed, so you're pressing through your heel and your toes are pointing towards your knee. Now lift your right foot off the ground and interlace the fingers behind your knee, on your hamstring. And bring that foot close to your chest. This is really nice hip opening. Version of pigeon pose. A lot of people can do a pigeon pose, but this is great variation for them. And see if you can straighten that right leg now, keeping your foot flexed, so you're pressing through your heel, and at the same time you're still pushing that left knee away from you. Beautiful. Slowly lowering down, releasing your left hand to the ground, and we're moving to the other leg. So place your right ankle over your left knee. First, slowly move that right knee away from you, keeping your lower back flat on the ground if possible, and slightly working with your abs already, warming up the body. And now lift your left foot off the ground, interlacing fingers behind the knee, pushing the right knee away from us, and see if you can straighten that left leg, pressing through your heel towards the ceiling, curling your toes down towards you. Flexing both feet actually, don't forget your right leg here, engage both legs and keep pressing right knee away from you. And releasing down. Now hug your knees in and place your hand behind your knees and start rolling forward and back. And then come into seated cross-legged and find your tabletop. Moving your legs behind you, placing your shoulders over your wrists and your knees under your hips. Inhale for cow, lowering your belly down, looking ahead of you. Exhaling, rounding the spine, moving the knees slightly forward. Chin comes to chest. Inhale, arch. Look ahead of you. Exhale, rounding spine. Finding a connection, movement with your breath. Do a few more in your own time. And finding neutral position, tucking your toes under, bringing your hips onto your heels. Turn your elbows toward the ceiling. Press your palms strongly into your mat, and all your 10 fingertips are pressing into mat. And now lift your hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. So your feet are hip width apart, your hands are shoulder width apart. You're pressing into the earth with your hands and sending the energy back into your legs. So you're pressing your sitting bones up as much as you can and then back, decreasing your heels towards the ground, bending your knees if you need to. This is still our first down dog, so hamstrings are probably not open yet, so you can pedal your legs. Descending one heel at a time, moving the hips, finding fluidity in the pose and finding your space. And then finally finding some steadiness, your version of the pose. And looking between your hands. Now lift your heels high, lift your hips high, moving your shoulders slowly over your wrist, and then step or hop both feet in front between your hands. Inhale to halfway lift straight back. Exhale, lowering down, folding forward. Bend your knees and lower your hips down. Inhale, straighten your spine, look ahead of you. And bring your hands by your hips. Palms are facing forward. To curl your tail under and bring your shoulder blades close to each other. Now as you inhale, bring your hands out by your side and over your head by your ears. Chair pose. Inhale here, exhale, come up and bring your hands down in prayer in front of your heart. Come into chair one more time. Swing your hands by your hips, lower your hips down. Inhale, hands come over the head. And as you exhale, fold over your straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight back, exhale, lowering the hands down and stepping both feet behind you for plank pose. Shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the lower than the heart if possible. Inhale, inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees down, your chin and chest come to the ground. Inhale for cobra, pressing your hips down, lifting your heart up. Exhaling, releasing down, curling your toes under, pressing into your hands for downward facing dog again. Hips come up and back. This time maybe legs are more open. Find the length in your spine, bend the knees if you need to, and feel the length from your hips all the way to the crown of your head. Now from here, as you inhale, lift your right leg behind you, keeping the hips squared, leveled. And then as you exhale, place that foot between your hands forward. Inhale a few, swing your hands by your sides, squeeze the legs into the midline and bring your torso up. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, soften the shoulders down. Bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Ground your left heel down and open your hands by your sides for warrior two. Place turn your front palm towards the ceiling and rotate your arms. Reach with your right arm by the ceiling, reversing the warrior. Exhaling, windmill your arms to the front, framing your right foot. Step back into plank. Inhale and exhale, lower down, knees, chin and chest. Inhale into cobra. Elbows are close to our sides. Exhale and curl the toes under and press back up into downward facing dog. Now inhale here, exhale fully. In your next inhale, lift your left foot behind you, hips are squared, and then as you exhale, bring the foot in front of you between your hands. Inhale, look ahead of you, swing your hands by your sides, squeeze the legs into midline, and then inhale, reach with your fingertips by your sides. And inhale here, as you exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Ground your back heel, open up for warrior two, extend the hands by your sides, turn your front palm towards the ceiling and lift your left arm over your head, reversing the warrior. And exhaling, we're framing the front foot, windmilling the arms. Step your left foot back for plank, lowering down chaturanga or cobra upper dog as you inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel your body. Feel the changes from each down dog to the next one. Are your legs more open? Are your arms warmed up? Go between your hands, and as you exhale fully, lift your hips, step and hop forward between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Lower your hips down, swing your hands behind you. Inhale for chair, hands overhead, curl your tail under. Inhale and exhale, come up, hands in prayer over the heart. We'll do another round to warm up. So lower down your knees, inhale to chair. Exhale, fold over your straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back into plank. Inhale in plank, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upper dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, leg between your hands. Swing the hands behind you. As you exhale, inhale, reach up for high lunge. Inhale here, exhale, open up for warrior two. Exhale, swap, turn the palm up, inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, framing front foot, stepping back into plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upper dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg between your hands. Swing your hands by your sides. Exhale, inhale, upward crescent lunge. Exhale, hands at the heart center and open up for warrior two. Turn your palm up. Inhale, reversing warrior. And exhaling, windmilling the arms. Stepping back into plank. Chaturanga, lowering down. Your vinyasa, your choice. Exhaling, upward facing. Stay here for a few breaths. Bend the knees if you need to protect your lower back. Always be conscious and aware of the rounding of your lower back if you have tight hamstrings, or if you're too flexible, don't forget to engage your legs. Look between your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And last chair pose. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Swing your hands behind you, curl the tail under. Inhale, reach with your hands up. And exhale, come up, tall mountain. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Finding your Tadasana, releasing the hands down. Feet are hip width apart. Equal weight to the four corners of your foot. Allowing your heartbeat to slow down. Opening your eyes. Now step your left foot behind you. And your left foot, so your left heel should be grounded and your left foot should be about 45 degrees angle. Now we'll step into warrior one for here. So we are bending front knee to come over our front ankle. What will happen here, your torso will want to turn to the side. You want it to be squared to the front as much as we can. So we are steering the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhaling, reaching with your fingertips over your head, softening shoulders as you exhale. Warrior one. Engage the belly, steer the hips. Inhale, reach again one more time. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart, straighten the front leg. Now shorten the stance if you need to. We'll do intense side stretch. So your hips are now fully squared and facing forward. You can keep your hands on your hips. You can make them in prayer in front, behind your back, whichever you prefer, or hold your elbows. So square the hips, activate the front leg. So do micro bend if you need in your knee to activate the leg. Inhaling, reach through the crown of your head. Lift your chest, lift your sternum, and as you exhale, start lowering down, keeping the hips squared as much as you can, and go down with your straight back. Once you reach your limit, release your hands to either side of the front foot. Really relaxing the neck, relaxing the upper body. And as you inhale, now come back up. Now we'll do another pose where I will use a block. First one to demonstrate. We'll do a twist on this pose. So if you have a block, I'll show you with block and without block, so choose your option. If this was too intense on your legs, shorten the stance a bit. So your hips are squared, facing forward, same pose. Front leg is activated. Now reach with your left arm over your head, relax the shoulders down. Now, so you can take the block on its long side or short side, so depending on your abilities. So as you start leaning forward, first inhale, reach through the crown, and then as you exhale, start leaning forward. Go move your left foot to the outside of your right foot. Left hand to the outside of your right foot. So on your long side of your block or your short side of the block. Then press into that hand. Open your chest forward and move your right hip back. So remember, your hips need to be squared. So keep pushing that right hip back. And then open to your right. And try to stack your shoulders and open your chest as much as you can. If you're comfortable here, you can lift your arm towards the ceiling. Keep pressing away that right hip and keep opening the chest towards the ceiling, stacking the shoulders and releasing down as you exhale, coming the same way as you entered. So we can do the same thing without block if you can. You can also, we'll do this one more time. You can also place the hand, if that's too intense, you can place your hand to the inside of your right foot. We'll do that variation now. So inhale, reach with your left hand up, and as you exhale, lowering the hand down, so either side of the foot, in front or back. And then first activate the front leg, press into the ball of the foot, press that hip back, open the chest to the side, twist, and then if possible, release your right fingertips towards the ceiling. And releasing back, coming out of this, stepping forward and changing sides. Step your right foot behind you for warrior one first. Ground your back heel and then start, as you square your hips, so start bending the knee till it comes over your ankle. Steer your hips forward as much as you can, shorten the belly, engage the abs. Inhale, reach with your hands over your head. Warrior one, beautiful pose. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, straighten your front leg. Shorten the stance if you need to for intense side stretch. So square your hips fully, engage the front leg, engage back leg, round your heel. Then do your variations of your hands. If you were holding your elbows, now change the side of your hold. Inhale, rise through the crown of your head, and as you exhale, start leaning forward, leading with your chest. Keep moving your left hip back, your right hip forward, and releasing down. Relax the neck, relax the upper body. Coming out of this, lifting the chest. Now we'll do a twisting version. So use block if you need to. We'll do it two times to match both legs. So inhaling, reaching with your right arm up. Exhaling, moving forward and placing your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Pressing into the foot, opening the chest to the side, twisting, moving your left hip back, stacking the shoulders on the top of each other, and if possible, move your hand to the ceiling. And releasing down, coming out of this. And I'll do it one more time without a block. It's really strong on the legs, both of these poses. They'll open all tight hamstrings, I'm sure. Inhaling, reaching through the right fingertips, exhaling, leaning forward, releasing your hand, twisting your torso to the left, ending the hand if that's available, and releasing down, coming out of this and stepping forward. Now move your weight into your right foot and lift your left knee to the chest. Now bend the knee and place your ankle over your thigh like we did in the beginning of the class. And then start level your hips and start lowering down as you're sitting in the chair. Curl your tail under. It's a great hip opening pose. Flex your foot. Lean forward and place your hands into prayer. You can release them onto your shin if that's accessible. Figure 4. From here, coming out of this, lifting your knee to your chest, and then bring your leg behind you, lean forward, bend the standing leg and step into high lunge. Inhale, reach with your fingertips over your head, and exhale, hands to heart center and open up for warrior 2. So front knee is over your ankle and your knee is moved to your right, so it's over your middle toe, second toe. Extend your hands over by your sides, your chest is over your hips. Now move your elbow onto your thigh and extend your hand over your head for extended side angle pose. Palms facing down. So just kind of lean with your front leg, don't sink into your thigh. You're working with your core muscles to keep your torso on the side. Inhaling, coming out of this, straightening the front leg. Shorten the stance if you need to. We're moving into Trikonasana, triangle. So move forward with your hands, moving your hips back. Imagine your body in one line. So imagine you're squeezed between two walls and you want all your body to be in one line, moving forward and then leaning, lowering your hand onto your shin or your ankle, wherever it lands, and extending your left foot towards the ceiling. Open your chest, stack your shoulders. Now look at your foot. Place your upper arm onto your hip and we'll move into version of half moon pose. I'll use block again for demonstration. If you don't need it and you're familiar with the pose, you can skip this. So from here I'll bend my front leg and step my back foot halfway forward. And I'll use block to place my, it's about torso width apart from my foot. And I'm placing block there and standing, so now I'm lifting my back leg, standing on the front leg and on my right arm. Again, I'm still in one plane. Now I want to open my chest towards the front. Lifting the leg, toes are pointed to the front. And if you're comfortable here, you can extend your hand again towards the ceiling. If not, just stay in previous version. Half moon pose. And releasing your hand onto your hip, bend your standing leg and come back into triangle. So stepping the foot back, straighten the front leg and finding a triangle pose. Now move into half moon one more time without the block. You use any version you want to. If you want to try without the block, go ahead. So triangle pose, extend your left hand up, looking down, lowering your left arm, so bending your knee, step halfway and find your half moon pose on the Ardha Chandrasana. This is really hard balancing pose. It's not easy and don't feel bad if you're losing your balance. It depends on the day mostly, at least in my case. Now look down, bend the knee and step back into triangle. And lowering the hands either side of the front foot. Bend the front knee, step back into plank, go through your vinyasa chaturanga upper dog or lower down for cobra, your version. And down, downward facing dog as you exhale. Now look ahead of you, look between your hands, lift your hips, hop or step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold, and inhale, come all the way up. Hands overhead, exhale, hands to heart center. Moving to the other side. Move your weight into your left foot, lift your right knee into the chest. Now place your ankle onto your left thigh for figure 4. Level your hips and start lowering down. Curl your tail under. Place your hands into prayer. And see where is your limit, what's your variation. Stay wherever you feel comfortable. flex your foot. Always see, check, can you go a little deeper? There always might be a space for a little more. Inhaling, coming up, bring your knee to your chest. And then start leaning forward and extend your foot behind you. Bend your standing leg and find your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach with your hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center and open for warrior two. Extend your hands by your sides. Knee comes over your ankle. Just double check your knee. Is it in line with your middle toe? Soften the shoulders, tighten the belly. Inhale, and as you exhale, find your extended side angle. Lean your elbow into your thigh and extend your right arm over your ear. Palm is facing down. Find the length and connection from your back leg, your back heel, all the way to your fingertips of your right hand. Inhaling, coming out of this, straightening the front leg and finding our triangle. Lean forward with your front leg, move your hips back and lower down for triangle. Open your chest, stack your shoulders. Don't forget to engage front leg. If you tend to lock your knees, just micro bend your front knee and lift your kneecap, engage your quad. And looking down into your foot, place your right hand onto your hip and prepare for half moon pose. So first again I'll do it with the block. Take your block into your left hand, bend your front knee, step halfway and find a place for your block. So if you're struggling too much with balance, you can put, instead of putting your block in line with your foot, you can put it a bit more to the left. So that will help you with the balance. Try that and start lifting your back leg, planting your arm, your hand, torso width apart. Imagine that one plane again. Lift your leg as much as you can. Toes are now pointing to the back of the room. Stack your shoulders and see if you can maybe lift your hands toward the ceiling. Breathe. Tighten your core and imagine yourself as a starfish. You're sending all the energy from your breathing into all 5 corners of your body. And releasing the hand onto your hip, bending the front knee, and stand back into triangle pose. And I'll do it one more time without a block. So again, hand come onto your hip, bend the front knee, step halfway, and plant your hand somewhere in front. It's beautiful pose. It's always kind of easier on one side. Everyone has one side for balancing that always works better. Look down, bend your knee, and step back into your triangle pose. Releasing hands either side of the front foot and go through your vinyasa. Step your foot behind into plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down, and inhale, upward facing and downward facing. Check your body, how do you feel? Use your down dog for scanning through your hamstrings and scanning through your lower back. Now look between your hands and now hop or step to the outside of your feet, of your arms. Straighten your legs and then inhale, halfway lift, and as you exhale start lowering your hips down for Malasana Yogi Squat. As you go down, lean your elbows against your knees, place your hands into prayer and lower your hips as much as you can. Try to keep your heels grounded and open your chest. From here, just sit down, extend your legs in front of you. Now I'll show you, we'll do forward folds for opening the hamstrings again. I'll do variation with the strap, so in case you want to or you have a strap available, you can do it with me. First we'll do staff pose, Dandasana, so straighten your legs in front. Flex the feet, engage the legs, lift your kneecaps, place your hands by your hips. Inhale, reach through the sternum and the crown of your head. And now here, so again, if you're not feeling sharp, the edges of your sitting bones, please use a block to sit on or bend your knees, so you don't want to be rounding your lower back. From here we'll move into forward fold. So now I'll use my strap. If you don't want it, you can just lean forward with your chest. I'll do variation with the strap. So I have strap around both of my feet. So I'm inhaling, reaching through my sternum and the crown of my head. And exhaling, opening the elbows to the side and bringing my chest towards my big toes. Engaging the abs, so I want my belly to be closer to the thighs. Legs are engaged, belly is engaged. And then when you find your limit, I'll now release my strap and just plant your hands on your feet or your shins, ankles, wherever they land, and relax your upper back and your neck into forward fold. Inhaling slowly, coming out of this. Now bend your right leg and place your foot to the inner side of your left thigh. It helps if you have thigh hamstring to actually take the flesh out of your sitting bone. Now ground your right knee to the ground. You can also, if you have your block, you can place it under your knee, and that will kind of touch of your knee to the block will remind your muscle to press down. It actually works like that. You can try it if you want. Flex your front left foot, engage the leg, slightly twist to your left so your sternum, your breastbone is in line with your knee. Inhale, rise through the crown. Now you can use a strap again or not, your choice. Exhaling, leaning forward. Engage the belly, press it towards the thigh. And once you're there, release your upper back and neck. Inhaling, coming out of this. We're switching sides. Bend your left knee. Press your foot against your inner thigh. Ground your left knee. Engage your right leg. You can place your, for me it works better if I have my left arm inside, in front of my left leg, and right leg behind, so it twists your sternum, your chest immediately. And inhaling, rising through the crown, exhaling, lower, and releasing into fold. Really beautiful stretch in your back. Stretches whole lower back, all the tensions from every day. Inhaling, coming out of this. Straighten your legs in front of you, give them a little shake. Moving to lay on our back now. To close the practice, we'll do just a simple bridge pose for our back. So place the feet flat on the ground in line with your hips. Your hands are by your sides. Now press into the feet and your hands and start lifting your hips. Knees are in line with hips, don't allow them to splay out. And then if you can, roll your shoulders under. Press your forearms into the ground and interlace the fingers behind your sacrum. Sorry. Lifting the hips, opening the chest. Don't forget to breathe. If your chin is close to your chest, just press your back into the mat and it will create a space in your neck for breathing a bit more. And slowly releasing down. You can lift your heels. It will it will be easier on your back to actually lower down. Now bring your knees into your chest, roll them from side to side. Now open your knees on your side and take a hold of your feet from the inner side of your knee and then hold the foot from the outside for a happy baby. And then lift your feet and press your press your knees out to the outside of your ribs, opening the hips. Can rock from side to side. And releasing your feet to the ground and prepare for Shavasana, final pose. Open your feet slightly, open your palms towards the ceiling and relax completely. Close your eyes and allow your body to finalize this practice and process all that you did with your body, to receive all the benefits. You can do a final scan of your body all the way from head to toe, reminding yourself to relax, to release the tension. Stay at least a minute or two. Moving your toes, your fingers, and bend your knees, slowly coming out up to as much movement, less movement as you can. Coming to seated position and place your hands in front of your heart and remember your attention for this practice today and feel grateful for everything you did